So I just woke up like maybe an hour ago, and then after I made breakfast, I opened up YouTube and saw that they posted a new developer update video, which I always watch these, but I never like react to them or post anything about them really. So let's go ahead and just see what they want to talk about today. Very curious. 2.1 update in all hollows.
Hello, I'm Dennis Schwartz, Design Director for Hunt Showdown
Dennis.
1896. First off, I want to thank you all for your continued support and patience since the launch of 1896. We know the journey hasn't been without its bumps, and we truly appreciate your understanding as we work through the challenges. Your feedback has been invaluable, and we are excited to share the improvements and new content we've been working on.
Harvest of Ghost event. Obviously, we knew the name already.
Let's dive right into the next big thing, the Harvest of Ghosts event, running from October 16th to November 25th.
So, I like that it's only, I mean, I guess it's kind of like more like a month and a half, not a month. Good Lord. But I am glad that it is shorter. So this is the weird dynamic for me when it comes to duration of events. If you don't know, because I don't really post any PC content, I will be actually very shortly. But I do the events on console and PC. I've been doing that for the last like year. I just don't ever post my PC content. And with it being shorter, like obviously that means I have less time to get it done, but I've been starting to just use the blood bonds that I earn while completing the battle pass to just buy more levels to make it go by a little quicker. But this I like though, because overall I do get tired of the events after so long. Like 2 months for me is just a long time for an event. So W change.
This event brings back some of your favorite pacts, the Wilderness and Smugglers, alongside the all-new Pact
of Omens. Kind of cut them off there. So we obviously already had the Wilderness pack, so I'm assuming it's going to be the same. But I know they changed stuff here and there. The Smugglers pack, I think, was from like Tide of Desolation, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah. And then Pack of Omens, so that's a new one.
Omens. Each pact offers a unique playstyle and powerful traits, but it's new darkside powers that really stand out. First up, we're introducing Blast Sense.
Okay, so, and then I did see I think it was I don't know if it was a leak or just a forum from Crytek, but I did see like a giant list talking about all the stuff that was in the event, like before any videos came out. None of it had descriptions, but I'm just gonna take a guess. Like, I'm assuming Blast Sense means that like, it's kind of like Vigilant with that new like explosive trap mine thing. You'll kind of use that to just see where they are. I don't know. Let's just see.
When used with a Pact of Omens, Blast Sense reveals the origin of nearby gunshots and explosions in Darkside, helping you to locate enemies from a distance.
So that seems kind of like pointless to me, because if you have enough time in Hunt, and I don't even think it takes that much time, you can start to pinpoint where people are based off their gunshots and hearing explosions to begin with. Like, you can almost tell like what compound they are from across the map. And also, especially for explosions, I don't think I need anything extra to be able to see explosions, because one, if you see or hear it, you probably have a general idea, and then by the time you get closer, like usually gunshots and especially explosives aren't going off for no reason, so you have time to go investigate what they're doing, which is most likely fighting. Not every time, it could just be an accidental lantern dropped on a red barrel after stabbing them or some crazy event like that. But I don't think I'm ever going to go into dark sight to pinpoint where, because if you're close enough also, you can probably see the smoke or the blast in general. So I don't know, kind of seems pointless to me, but keep going.
On top of that, we've got a conditional effect for Pain Sense, our new reimagination of Poison Sense, which now highlights enemies who are bleeding, set on fire, or poisoned.
Oh, okay. So that makes sense. This is a W change. I never used Poison Sense whatsoever. The only people I knew that used it would be people that were trolling with beetles and stuff, which beetles are out of hand, by the way. I think they are. But this is a good change. I think that, so I just looked over at my recording and this my short form thing doesn't want to record, so I'm gonna have to mess with that later. Anyways, but this is a W change. I do think beetles are crazy. This is actually kind of a buff to beetles now that I think about it. And I don't really think we need a buff for beetles, but because now even if you have an antidote shot, you can still see people like with this new perk to keep tracking them down, even if they're not poisoned. So I'm not crazy about that, but like in general though, I think it's cool because now obviously like dum dum ammo, you can kind of keep track of where people are trying to run to take cover, like around corners and stuff. So kind of
For the Pact of
50-50 on
Omens,
that
it
one.
also highlights enemies who are out of stamina. The Smuggler's Pact has
Okay, so then I guess that's like the
or
passive.
poisoned. For the Pact of Omens, it also highlights enemies
Wait, oh no, wait. So they, yeah, they said it was a new iteration. So then, if you use the pack, then you can also see people that are out of stamina. Okay, that makes sense. I thought it was like this was passive on top of that being like a new perk. Okay, so that's just a whole rework of poison sense, and then being this pack gives you the ability to see people out of stamina as well on top of that perk if you're in this pack. I don't think seeing people out of stamina matters because if you're running a melee weapon, most people are going to run like conduit and stam shots anyway. And then I just run them to begin with because most people hate running in this game. And especially when you have to get out of shitty situations, just you don't want to be exhausted. So I don't think this will really do anything, but
who are out of stamina. The Smuggler's Pact has received a nice upgrade for the unique trait Gunrunner, allowing hunters to carry 2 large slot weapons at the same time.
I'm checking everything. So fucking drilling and then like I guess the new sniper. What the fuck? I really don't think I like this. Dude, like this has me feeling all kinds of. So I'm not like, look, everybody likes and hates things about Hunt, okay? Let's be real for a second. Because I feel like this will be a thing where people will be like, this is fucking amazing. And then there'll be the typical comments of people being like, no, I don't like this. This is too much. And then people being like, oh, well, stop crying about it. Because everything's about crying in this game when people have opinions. But it's okay to have opinions. Now, I am usually very positive and give Crytek the benefit of the doubt when it comes to. Oh, I just realized that this is 3 different skins for the pumpkin head. Like this guy's got his titties hanging out, and then I guess the other 2 have clothes, and they're different pumpkin heads. That's cool. So wait, hold on. Are there any other like hunters that we can see from here? I guess just the one next to the third pumpkin guy. Oh, that's the guy with like the. My buddy Boomer reacted to a different trailer, so I'm just gonna refer. Oh, this guy right here. He's just got a barbecue grill for a mask. But anyways, people are always gonna have opinions, which is fine. But I've always tried to be more of the positive Paul, I guess you can say. And I just don't know about this one because this used to be. So this is how Quartermaster worked like 5-6 years ago when the game first came out on PC, which I didn't play, obviously. I started playing on launch on console. But they changed it for an obvious reason because it was just too insane. And my observation as being a long-time veteran player is that they have slowly stopped using test servers and started just kind of treating these events as test servers. Like they're just testing everything and now making changes based off the events of what people are liking or whatever, which I think is not the best way to go about it. There's a reason why you had a test server because I did participate in like 1 or 2 of those, like right before they stopped using them really. But either way, I don't know if there's even a lick of a fart of a thought that this is something they could bring into like normal Hunt. It's just I'm not a fan. If that's what they're like, obviously we don't know what they're thinking. Obviously, most people are going to be like, "Hey, this is just temporary. It doesn't mean it's going to be permanent." I'm just saying, if there's a lick of a fart of a thought that this is going to be permanent, or like they might think about it, like, don't, because this will make everything obsolete. It's the problem with all the custom ammo, because I do think there's way too much custom ammo in the game. Not that there's too many types or anything, but there's too much custom ammo on too many weapons. Geef actually made like a video, I believe it's Geef, made a video on the packs talking about how it's just pointless to use the packs now. Obviously, you're going to have packs lovers that are going to keep using it, but statistically, there's just no reason to bring the packs over the Scott Field and the uppercut, I think it was, at the time of the video being made, and you just run into that issue where you have so much custom ammo, so many variants, so much custom ammo on all those variants, where you used to be able to pick weapons because just purely because of the custom ammo it had, but now it's pointless because everything else has it. And I think that's going to be that would be the issue, obviously, if they made this a thing eventually. And it would kind of defeat the purpose of Quartermaster, because like, why would I ever bring Quartermaster if I could just get this trait to bring in? Oh, and then also we got 3 new variants, because I saw the other video where they leaked the big crown, or the mini crown, the mini bomb lance, and then like the kind of like the pocket centennial marksman, I think it is. So you have 3 new variants of like you have 3 new medium slot variants of these weapons, and then in the same event you're going to introduce this perk to where now you can just run the big versions of those new variants. Like, why would I ever, like, just for this event, why would I even think about bringing in the small variants of those weapons when I can just bring in Gunrunner and then run the big crown with my Mosin, or the big crown with my sniper, or the big bomb lance with my, Labelle or Winfield or whatever. Like that kind of feels pointless to me. Like, it kind of just like negates the new weapon that you just made. It, like, for the event, because like I said, especially if you're playing to like win, like there's just no reason to, like, unless you're purely just wanting to test out the mini versions of the weapons themselves. Like, I'm going to just get Gunrunner and bring in both of the big variants. There's just no reason not to. Alright, I started raining, but either way, let's move on.
Greyhound is the Pact's conditional trait, applying a small speed boost on sprinting while carrying bounty in addition to its normal bonus.
Wow, in addition to its normal bonus? So what, like, not running out of stamina as fast? Or what? So run faster is what they basically said, right?
Applying a small speed boost on sprinting while carrying bounty in addition to its normal bonus.
In his normal bonus. Okay, so now you can run faster with the bounty. I think this is cool if you're an aggressive player like me. I always pick up bounty and always go for the gauntlet and all that other stuff and chase down teams. I just like to get in as much PvP as possible. But for people that, there's nothing against it. Everybody's got their own play style. But for people that just kind of wait for other people to fight and then dip to the extract, this is going to be a problem. Or at least it's going to be a problem for me, because now I have to, as much as I do track on the map as much as possible to make sure people aren't running away, it's kind of going to be like more important that you either not extraction camp, but pre-set up to make sure they can't just run to the extract, or at least like be more prepared for it. But obviously, if they're running faster, then you're not even going to be able to catch up anyway. And I assume this would so if you have a stam shot, then you're just infinitely going to have like a sprint buff. So like I said, which is cool, but I mean, it's kind of like a double-edged sword.
The Wilderness Pact is still focused largely around an evolution of Surefoot that now also increases your crouch speed slightly, as well as the tried and trusted Beast Face conditional. However, solo hunters will be happy to hear that reduced crouch noise from the last event has now moved to Lightfoot regardless of chosen pack.
Okay, so I actually didn't know that Surefoot for solos worked differently. Like, it gave you quiet footsteps. I think it was like legit, just like you were completely silent. I could be wrong, but I thought so. But I didn't know that for like the entire event until like after it ended. So now that's going to be moved to Lightfoot for solos, which I don't really care. I don't ever play solo. If you want me to play solo and like try to get like some solo content, let me know. I could maybe give it a shot, but I really prefer trios and duos. But what is it? And then they said you'll be able to crouch walk faster with Surefoot instead of the quiet footsteps. I think for that's like not a thing for solos. Like that's for everybody. I think. I don't know. I mean, crouching faster. Like sure, you're still like an easier target when you're crouching though. So I don't think it's gonna be that big of a deal, to be honest. New weapons. We know some of these.
Throughout the event, you'll have the opportunity to try out a range of new weapons. First up, we have the Maynard Sniper, our very first rifle that comes with sniper scope by default, and the Auto for Shorty.
Wait, by default? What by default?
Sniper, our very first rifle that comes with sniper scope by default.
Oh, so there's not going to be like an Ironside variant. That's cool. So this is what I mean though. Like this is something that I think is actually amazing and they should do more often, where they should make certain guns like just stop giving everything a variant without a scope, with a scope, a mini version, like just keep it one thing. Like I don't know. I don't use scopes. I'm not a fan of scopes, but I think the overall idea of this being like the base version of it is cool.
And the Auto for Shorty, which offers devastating close-range firepower.
The damage is kind of crazy.
Next, we're introducing the Rival 78 Mace and Centennial Point.
I am excited for the Mace, by the way. I like the Caldwell Rival. I still probably won't use it too much, just simply because the crown. But Centennial Pointman.
Close-range firepower.
Scope, right?
Next, we're introducing the Rival 78 Mace and Centennial Pointman. These two medium slot weapon variants will add new dimensions to your loadout options. For those looking for something truly game-changing, the bomb launcher makes its debut.
Did he say truly game-changing?
For those looking for something truly game-changing,
how fast did it blow up? I'm gonna keep you running.
Dimensions to your loadout options.
Did it blow
For
up?
those
Quick?
looking for something truly game-changing,
I feel like that was kind of the same sizzle as like the frag arrow thingy or whatever. I'm not crazy about this. Like it's gonna be fun to like meme with or something, but it's not game changing, especially on PC. This will be a bigger thing for console because melee and stuff like that is just more prominent on console. Yeah, I don't. What is? Hold on, I'm trying to look around my microphone. I mean, do you guys see these like little like what is this? Hold on, I don't think. Oh, up here. Like what is this? It's like almost like a. It almost looks like a vit shot. Well, yeah, it's kind of like that inside of these too. It looks like red. Maybe that's just the explosive still, but like that kind of looks weird. No, like isn't that different looking from like the normal? I guess I don't know what to call it. Harpoon from the normal bomb lance. I don't know.
the bomb launcher makes its debut, along with special items like the hand crossbow revive.
Okay, so this I'm a fan of because I've seen a lot of people kind of freaking out about this too. I'm a fan of this because it's better than spamming Necro. As someone that has played without Necro before it even existed, to then Necro being like super spammable, which I did plenty of times, and like it's worked because we've all had Necro and been able to spam it, and then finally get kills even though we're at like 50 HP. At least you have to risk your neck to get line of sight to be able to get the revive, but it depends on how much ammo this is going to have, because you can bring in 2. I have low hopes that this is going to be only 1 like dart per thing, but like being able to have like a bunch of these I think is going to be just kind of, even though you have to stick your neck out, yeah, it's still going to be spammable. I don't know. Let's see.
Bolt and the Dark Dynamite Satchel.
I'm kind
Each of them offer creative ways to turn the tide in any encounter, adding a whole new layer of strategy to your hunts.
Okay, he started standing
to turn
up
the
really
tide
quick.
in any encounter, adding a whole new layer of strategy to your hunts.
Okay, so that's just like, it doesn't even take a second. It's just, you shoot them and they're standing up. Can I see the ammo? Okay. Yeah, so that's an odd number of ammo. Well, unless it comes with one reserve. So yeah, because they weren't hovering over it in the menu. So if it comes with one dart, like as reserve, why am I calling them darts? If the revive bolt cut, it needs to be one. I really hope this is like with it doubled up. Um, this is fine because you bring in one, you like double up, so you have two, but then you have one reserve. Or if you basically just have two, like if you choose half and half, I think that's fine. If you get three of them for just one slot, that is insane because that means you can have like five or six or whatever the math ends up. That I think that'd be too much. But I'm just gonna assume that this is with both slots taken up for the revive bolts. Okay, we kind of saw this.
Let's talk about something we are really excited to share with you. Bounty Clash, a brand new limited time.
So, I was telling people about this. A lot of people are excited because there's this whole giant, everybody in the Hunt community has to like argue about like playstyles and like, look, it gets annoying. I complain about playstyles and what people do in the game sometimes. But I don't think like people are like, oh, it's going to have this zone and they start making an assumption on how small the game mode is going to be. So if you don't know, whenever you're like running through, like let's say you're running from Cypress all the way up to Blanchett, like at some point in the woods or just wherever it is, you have a little pop-up that says Blanchett Graves, or I think they're at Rainier Tier. So like going from Lock Bay or like a lanes to Raynard, it'll say Rainier Lumberyard. That's like the range of the compound. At least that's how I've always thought of it.
Let's talk about something we are really excited to share with you. Bounty Clash, a brand...
Look how far away they are. Like, I had a feeling, I was like, I didn't think that they were going to make it so small where it's like, you can't even be outside the compounds, which I think is what people were thinking. You're still going to be able to sit outside compounds and wait for everybody to fight it out. And then, tag them up with Mosins or farm or kind of like even snipe, to be honest. Like, especially from around this distance. Now, this isn't the best position to be in. But if this is kind of how far you can be away from the compounds from all directions, because of, like I said, those ranges, when that pop-up happens, when you run through the map, when it says you're in like a new territory, so to speak, there's going to be a lot of room to still be able to play whatever weapons you want, like even rifles. And maybe it'll depend on the compound. Maybe if it's like Lock Bay, I'm sure the range might be smaller. So then perhaps, obviously, it's going to be better if you go with a shotgun. But like from here, depending on where the extract is, like on the compass or how far away it is, like people are still going to be able to maybe hide near the extract or even go trap it up and then come in and fight. There's still going to be very annoying long-ranged fights, I feel like. But I'm sure it's still encouraging closer range stuff, but I was kind of holding my tongue on how close range this game mode would be.
Brand new limited time game mode. This mode is designed for those of you looking for quicker, more intense PvP action. Bounty Clash brings one bounty token, one compound,
It is quicker,
12 players alone or in teams, and a 15-minute time limit for an all-out fight to the finish.
Because, hot take, I think they should shorten the timer again for regular bounty hunt. Just my opinion, though.
You'll spawn near a randomly selected compound with a dead boss target waiting to be banished. Extraction points will be nearby and clearly marked on your compass, adding a layer of pressure.
So, this is my thing. I'm curious if you can even bring up the map. I think it'd be cool if they took away the map in this game mode, so that you had to go based off purely knowledge and then the compass. I think that'd be really cool. I don't know if that's going to be a thing, because like, why would you add it to the compass if you can pull up the map? Maybe it's just so that you don't have to bring up the map, but I think it'd be cool if they kind of got rid of the map, so to speak. But
Pressure as you try to balance offense and defense. Bring in your own hunters and get ready to go head-to-head in some of your favorite locations from Mammon's Gulch and Stillwater Bayou, streamlined for this new experience.
oh wait, these are all the new game modes, right?
Pressure as you try to balance offense
look at
and
these
defense.
spawns.
Bring in your own hunters and get ready to go head-to-head in some of your favorite locations from Mammon's
Your favorite location? Like, see, like this is like They've got the new marksman Centennial, I believe, the Pointman, Centennial Pointman. There's a lot of distance to cover that's like just out in the open. Like you're gonna struggle if you only bring in shotguns for this game mode, thinking that it's only gonna be super close range, fast paced fights, which is kind of what I was suspecting, and people were actually giving me a lot of flack for it. But
Gulch and still
see, like you're all the way out in the woods over here. Where is this even at? This is Raynard, right? Yeah, this is coming from Elaine's to Raynard. It's like, again, that's a lot of distance. Like that's not a fight you want to take, especially if someone's like just even on the other side of that water there. You don't want to take that with a shotgun. So you guys kind of get my point, though. I'm just kind of sounding like a broken record now, but
Stillwater Bayou.
I think it'll still be a fun game mode, though. Just clarifying. I still think it's gonna be fun. I'm still gonna play it. I'm gonna enjoy that it's faster paced, but you can still play certain ways.
Streamlined for this new experience. Bounty Clash will be available from October 16th to 20th,
Yeah,
as
so
well
it'll be
as every
available right
weekend
away.
from Friday to Sunday afterwards, until the end of Harvest of Ghosts. We
cool.
can't wait for you to jump in and try it out. Don't forget to send us your feedback as we continue to evolve our new game mode.
So they said we're gonna continue to evolve it. So it sounds like it's just automatically gonna stay in, which would be cool. Only worry is that it'll divide console. Me and my friends have talked about this for years. Console is a small player base. It is growing because I recognize a lot, or I don't recognize people as often, but I do think the console community itself is a lot smaller than people think, and even like Crytek kind of leads on, and that's just from my experience from playing like every day for like 4 years, basically. So.
And speaking of Stillwater Bayou, for those of you who might have missed it, we've brought back this fan favorite map with a complete visual overhaul. The Stillwater Bayou map has an eerie new look through the Bayou, alongside as an ever.
I'm not worried about this. Re-release of Times of Day, okay?
Alongside Harvest of Ghosts, we are
What do you
also
bring back?
re-releasing 3 beloved times of day: Sundown, Sunset, and Foggy.
Huge W. I love that the new Times of Day are back because the one thing that makes Hunt so replayable is that you can actually, like, it's just this, like, you don't know what time of day it's going to be. You don't know where you're going to spawn, what map it's going to be. All the variations added together to make, like, every match is different. Even if it's just time of day, like, it changes how you play, which is why I love Hunt so much. But one thing I'm curious about is with the rain, if they bring that back, I'm assuming they are going to at some point, and how it'll look differently. I really hope they make it to where it's only light rain. I hate the heavy rain. A lot of people that I know hated the heavy rain. It was better when it was only a minute, but even a minute still seemed like it was like the duration was so long and you couldn't hear anything. Not a fan of the heavy rain. I do like the rain overall though. So that's just kind of like a prey to the Hunt gods, I guess, but that would be insane if they actually just made it to where it's only light rain for the entire match. So I'm curious on that time of day, but I'm really glad we're getting more variation for the
These have been
daytimes back.
reworked to create an even more immersive experience.
What are we fixing?
We've made some improvements to streamline your experience, both in terms of the UI and the overall stability of the game. In our last video, we highlighted some of the upcoming improvements to the equipment flow, making it easier to set up your hunter loadouts. We have also standardized the grid view for the recruit screen to make managing recruits simple and more intuitive. This includes additional entries for recruiting free and all hunters with just one click. Charms have
Okay. Now, the UI is like a really sensitive subject. I'm used to it by now. It is what it is, but I do think it could still be much, much better. But it is what it is.
been reverted to their previous functionality and can now be placed on any number of weapons once again.
Is this just the patch notes from like a week or two ago? I'm pretty sure they changed this a while ago. So like, I don't know, it's kind of...
Additionally,
cares?
we have tackled numerous
kinda
bugs to
whatever.
improve stability and overall
Unless they make it to where I just want to be able to equip one charm and it equip to like everything. Or if I do set up all my weapons to have the certain charms on there, don't reset it whenever I prestige or like during an update. Because I've had it to where I went through every single damn legendary I had, color matched, like just put charms on whatever weapons I wanted to. I think I was already P100, and then an update happened, and then it just got rid of all of them. So that was cool.
Overall performance. For a full breakdown of what's been fixed, be sure to check out our patch notes for version 2.1 once released. That's all.
They didn't really say anything about much being fixed. There's still a lot of really bad exploits that I think they're just kind of ignoring, but it kind of is what it is.
All for now, hunters.
Okay, that's it. So, yeah, if you guys like this kind of video, though, I know I was probably ranting at some points. That's just kind of me, though. I just tend to rant about things sometimes. But, yeah, let me know what you guys think about the new update, what you guys think about the new weapon variants. Especially let me know what your opinion is on the Gunrunner perk. Like I said, I think it'll be fine and fun-ish for the event, but I don't think there's any way they could make that like an actual thing, and I really hope that's not even a thought in their brains. That's just a strong opinion of mine with that in particular. But yeah, so I do have food next to me that I'm waiting to smash. So again, like, subscribe. I appreciate all the support over here on YouTube. You guys are awesome, and let me know if you guys want to see more of these videos. All right, peace.